King's College Chapel, Cambridge, regarded as one of the greatest examples of late Gothic English architecture and still admired today by visitors from all over the world. The chapel was completed in the reign of King Henry VIII and took more than 100 years to build, with meticulous attention to the finest detail. Today, at another seat of learning in the city, a Clerk of Works is also overseeing a project with the same emphasis on quality control.
Just another little thing, what are we going to do about these nail holes that we've got through here?
Historically, Clerks of Works have been around since the days when clerics or clerks were accepted as being more literate than the builders, and took on the role of supervising the works associated with building churches and other religious properties.
Historically, the Clerk of Works have been around, as they say, as long as some of the oldest professions in the world. Clerk of Works were first employed by the monasteries, in fact, to look after the quality and also the quantities of the stone and timber that were used to actually build the monasteries. There's a lot of pilfering that took place, of course, by the tradesmen or all the journeymen who worked on the sites, and they would have various stones and timbers away. And really, the Clerk of Works then was employed to make sure that stuff didn't go adrift. Things have changed a little bit now.
The English author Geoffrey Chaucer was Clerk of the King's Works at the Tower of London, and as stonemasons and other craftsmen became more educated, they also took on the role. By the 19th century, the role had expanded to cover the majority of building works, and the Clerk of Works was drawn from experienced tradesmen who had wide knowledge and understanding of the building process. On the 10th of March 1882, a group of 17 Clerks of Works decided to form their own professional association, today known as the Institute of Clerks of Works and Construction Inspectorate. Regular get-togethers, still called chapter meetings, are a relevant and invaluable support network for members. In the 1980s, Carol Hydeschuster was promoted to Works Manager at Lincoln Cathedral, and in doing so, she became one of the first female Clerk of Works in Great Britain. The title hasn't changed, but the job certainly has.
Clerk of Works used to be very adversarial. They would knock down brick walls, they'd rip out pieces of plastic drainage and so forth, and then walk away. Bit mean, really, but just to prove a point. Nowadays, we can't afford to do that. We have to be seen as team players to work in as part of the project. That's what delivers the success, and that's what the clients are after.
The modern idea is that the Clerk of Works becomes a team member. In days gone past, he was always seen to be the bad guy beating the trades with a stick. It's moved on.
Along with the modern power tools has come a deluge of building regulations.
Regulation updates come through at a fair old stream. There is an enormous amount of regulation within the construction industry nowadays, and it changes the whole time, whether it's in connection with BREEAM or sustainability, changes in building regulations, design, disabled standards, all those things change constantly.
From the early days when the information was bound in leather volumes, through to the digital world of today, members are still kept up to date via local chapter meetings, which take place here and overseas.
I think the Institute does give that focus and assistance. You know they're there for help and guidance, for CPD if you want to take that on as well, so you can actually sort of progress with your qualifications, and the monthly chapter meetings as well are an important thing because you can share ideas and knowledge.
Having an institute is very important as backing for what we do on site. Because our jobs are quite singular, although we are team players, we're sometimes the only person there who's representing the client on site. And having an institute to support you, to provide the chapter meetings, it's important that we become part of an institute and we welcome all members.
It's a chance to keep up to date with the industry, whether it's looking at latest materials,
we've managed to get the same strength out of a lot less plastic,
sharing the wealth of each other's knowledge, or just a get-together of like-minded professionals.
There are contracts managers, there are architects, there are directors, there's different people there, and it's like people get a different spin on things on that one, and that's good to know, because I started off as a bricklayer and I've got that expertise, but other people, pipe stranglers, everything else there, they've got their own different take on there, so you can't be an expert at everything.
You're obviously looking for faults, which you don't want, but you are looking for faults, and obviously reporting back to the client. So, and being professional, you have to keep your distance as well, because at the end of the day you're there to find a fault, not to gain friends.
The vast amount of knowledge in this room is second to none. Some of the people in this room are the most clever people you'll ever meet. They know everything there is to be in the industry, and this is where you pick it all up from.
It's nice to come and bounce off the other lads and see on their experience and find out what you do, how you do it, what's the best way to go on, how not to fall out with every contractor on the site. Yeah, it's good.
You get to meet various people, from different backgrounds and trades and all that, so yeah, you benefit and obviously get their knowledge as well as your own and pass yours on to them.
When I was an apprentice, there was Clerk of Works quite often on site, the authority kind of thing, and you make sure everything was done, and I enjoy kind of carrying that forward.
Today, a diverse range of people in a wide variety of all these roles can take advantage of membership of the Institute. It also has an affiliate membership offered to companies that demonstrate their own quality assurance activities and that meet the Institute's high standards.
We are here to help them achieve that, grow, learn with the industry, find out about changes in regulations through our magazine, through our website, and through talking to one another, they can achieve that.
Their motto: ability, integrity and vigilance. The abiding principles of yesterday, today and for the future.